This picture reminds me of Good Luck Charlie. Anyways, this show's pretty good. There's only two actors that they reused. Jace Norman, who plays Henry Danger in the future, obviously, plays some dude named Flunky. That is Max's assistant when he's the president of the school or whatever. And the dude that plays Double G, he played PCB and Sam and Cat. It was in Good Luck Charlie as a minor character too. Well, now he's some crazy karate master that's not afraid of pain. We also have some reoccurring characters like what shows do in the early seasons. Like Harley had that weird beatboxing kid and that Jeremy kid named Jeremy. But then they eventually just disappear without any reason. Well, this one has this kid named Tyler who's kinda Jeremy. And a kid named Evan who's nerdy and not a lot of people like him. I guarantee they won't be in the second season. If they are, it won't be for very long. The show starts off with like a few rules, like can't have people that aren't superheroes at the house for some reason, even though they're supposed to be a normal family trying to blend in. So why would you just never have anyone at your house? Since they moved away. So they're probably not going to know many superheroes there unless they moved away with them. Doesn't really work if you're trying to be a normal family blending in a double life and nobody knows you're a superhero. If you just sit in the house all day and occasionally go to the grocery store. So the entrance theme doesn't really make sense for the first few episodes. It does later. They also try and be very secretive, hardly ever use their powers unless they know nobody's watching in their own house. Yet they have a fucking picture that shows them all in their superhero costumes. And all you gotta do is press a button that's right by the picture to see that they're a superhero family. It's a cool design choice, but stupid when you think about it. Seeing them press a button and it switch to a different picture is cool and all, but it really doesn't work when you think about it. Also, Thunderman wears a mask in the first episode, yet he never wears it in the picture or anything like that. He goes to a restaurant or something, his kid's birthday party. Someone's supposed to pretend to be Thunderman as he has car trouble, so he doesn't show up. So he decides to be Thunderman, and he's already wearing his costume. And his costume has a mask. Was that just a one-time thing? He carries around a mask to pretend to be Thunderman, even though Thunderman doesn't wear a mask? Why does that work? There's some pretty funny moments. Still holds up pretty well. Though they also have the tendency to do the same jokes, like, my least favorite type of humor, where someone will say something, then the opposite happens. Like, I'm sure our kids are very happy, and then it'll cut to the kids saying they're not happy. Like, okay, yeah, funny. Make an actual joke. Then they have this girl that Max has a crush on that just disappears for some reason. She says she's gonna hang out with Max more, and she wants to hang out with him. Then she never shows up again. Yet the dude that occasionally gets mentioned and was on screen maybe once has this reoccurring love story with Phoebe for some reason. And I thought they made a whole episode just to get rid of him, but by the end, he's still Phoebe's love interest. He understands why she did what she did. But once again, he doesn't show up. disappears. Sure, he has a whole 2-week vacation he's supposed to be on. So maybe he'll be on again in season 2, but I really thought they were just trying to get rid of him. Because he hasn't showed up for a few episodes. And Phoebe, hasn't really talked about him since. Not even once since that episode. So maybe he won't return. I don't get why you'll set something up and then not do it, even if it is a kid's show. There's also a trans character, I think. It's just a brief second where, in the same episode about the president with Jace Norman, where Max is like, the real problems is the lunch lady wearing a hairnet when the problem is clearly her beard, and then they pan to her, and that's it. So that was pretty cool. Definitely not something I expected to see in a kid's show, even if it was just half a second. And she hasn't popped up again in any episodes. Because people are just so against LGBTQ being in kids' shows for some reason. Like it's a bad thing, like it's a murderer or a rapist. It's just someone that wants to be who they are. Or dating another gender. Wow, crazy. That might scar a kid for life. But yeah, that's about it.